Hi, Carl here for ProAV, and today we're taking a look at the Lupo Superpanel Full Color 30. Now, we've looked at lights from Lupo on this channel before. We've covered their Day LED range, which is a range of Fresnel-based hard source lighting. We've covered their Super Panel, which is their original 1x1 panel, but with a very, very bright output because of this little lenses that are in front of each LED. It's ridiculously bright, a very bright hard source. Then there's the Lupo Panel Soft, the Super Panel Soft even, which is a 1x1 with the sheet of diffuser, which is still very bright for a soft panel, but nowhere near as bright as the Super Panel, of course, because it's a soft light. And now this one is essentially their Super Panel Soft, but with full RGB controls built into it. And it retains all of that technology from the other super panels, which makes it incredibly bright and brighter than a lot of the competition. We'll cover the light meter readings in more detail in a bit, but before we get onto that, I want to talk about the interface. So the interface is actually very simple, but it's actually one of my least favorite parts about the light. The reason that is that they've kept the same interface from the original Super Panel, which was fine when it was a simple light. But now that we've got all this RGB control, it can feel a little bit confusing. This is really only a problem when you're first getting used to the light. If you pick it up for the first time, you might struggle a little bit and find it a little fiddly. If you know it and you learn the interface, it's really quite quick and easy and simple to get around, but you do need to become familiar with it. So let me run you through what we've got. We've got 3 dials which control most of our functions. We've got intensity on the right, we've got color temperature, and we've got green here. Now these will do different things in the different modes, but right now we're in our CCT mode, which is the normal white color mode. And this will do the color temperature going all the way between 2,800 and 10,000. So 2,800 is really warm for things like interior or light, firelight, that sort of thing. And 10,000 is all the way up at the cold end for something like moonlight or something like that. So it's really useful to have that expanded range. Then green and sat is to take out any color casts or match particular cameras, things like that. Or if you're trying to match bad practicals, something like that. Then we've got our DMX. We've got 2 DMX ports, one in, one out, and it's just standard 5-pin XLR DMX, which is brilliant. We've then got our menu controls. One press of the mode menu will take you into your menu, and then you use that middle button to choose one of your options. You've got manual options, which takes you in through the different modes. You've got DMX options, which will take you through some of the controls for the DMX. You've got device settings, and this is where you change things like the fan, because we've got a fan here which we can turn off, and this will mean that the fan will die and it won't be able to do full brightness. It will sort of go down to a half brightness, but if that fan is interfering with your sound, you can turn it off. Although, to be honest, it's very quiet. I don't think people are going to need to do it very often. You might be able to hear it here just because I'm right next to the light and the actual back of the light. But realistically, you're never going to be filming this close to the light. You've got your display options, how long before this display dims, and a few other little bits and bobs there. So let's explore the different modes. So manual options, we've got CCT mode, we've got HSI mode, so hue and sat, we've got RGB mode, and we've got our presets and effects mode. So we hop over into HSI mode, and now we've got colors. So we've got this top dial will now do hue and go all the way through the color range, and this will do sat to take all the saturation out, and now it's a white light, or all the way up, and now it's full color mode. So now in RGB mode, the up and down ones will change the values of your red, green, blue and white pixels. The bottom dial here will go between which one you're changing, and the right one will do the intensity. This is for really precisely matching something like an RGB gel, something like that. You can get apps on your phones which will tell you precisely what the RGB code values are for different gels. Or if you want to use it in special effects, something like that, you might want this really precise control. For most of us though, I think hue and sat is going to be much more useful. If we come across into preset mode, they've given us some preset colors Here we've got things like soft pink, purple, gold filters. Let's look at that. All those sorts of filters that we're used to there. And in effects mode, we've got our strobe, party, cop car, disco modes. I think they'll add more things like firelight and stuff like that, but it will emulate police sirens, something like that. So once you're used to it, it's a very simple interface to go through, but particularly pressing these ones in the middle and navigating the menu can sometimes be a little bit fiddly for new users. So where I think this light really excels is the quality of the actual light output. One thing that I think is really key to bear in mind with lights like this is how they perform as an actual white light source. Sure, this has all the RGB capability, but realistically, with a light of this sort of price point, I think most of our customers are gonna want to be using this as an all-purpose light, rather than just, say, that RGB light that you keep in your kit bag and only bring out when you want to do something with RGB. If there's an affordable light that does that, then fine, you can have that in your kit bag. It's not gonna cost you too much. But when you're looking at something of this kind of price point, I think it needs to be able to perform in all situations. You're gonna want to be using this as a key light. It's so nice and soft, as a fill light, as an ambient room light, all that sort of thing. And I think the white light quality output is absolutely crucial. So let's look at some meter readings. One thing that brings out straight away is the TLCI. 97 is perfectly respectable. I'm very, very happy with that. Often with RGB lights, you notice that the color accuracy takes a bit of a drop. So scoring 97 is very good indeed. The big surprise for me here though was the brightness. 4000 lux is pretty incredible really. I mean, the Superpanel soft before this was down at 3400, 3500, around that. And average soft lights of this sort of size, maybe the affordable ones from LS or Swit, or more expensive similar sorts of price points as this from Kinoflow or Light Panels Astra, they're all around that 2000, 2500 lux mark. So 4000 lux is really impressive, especially when it's color accurate at the same time. I was super pleased to see that when we measured this light. But what do you guys think of the full color 30? Let me know in the comment section whether you picked one of these up, or is there a different light that has caught your eye? And if you want to buy one of these, of course, the links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.